I want to play a clip for the audience here. This is Patricia Neal, the great actress, Academy Award winner, who just passed away last week.
Yes.
Speaking about Mother Dolores and the influence she had on her life. Listen to this.
Mother Dolores Hart, she's a fantastic woman. Knowing as how she's had this terrible illness and she's come out of it, you know, she's a fantastic woman. I would like to send Mother Dolores my great love because I do adore her.
You all were very close.
Yes.
Tell me about that relationship. Was it Maria Cooper, Gary Cooper's daughter, who brought Patricia Neal to see you the first time?
Yes, because Patricia's husband, Raul, had divorced her.
Roald Dahl, the great children's writer.
And Patricia came to this country to write a steaming book about him. Oh. And Maria said to us, because she thought it would be better if she came. And our Mother Benedict said, Patricia, you may not write that book. It will do you no good. It will do nobody any good. You are to stay here and calm down, which she did. And afterwards she said, now I want you to write a book with Mother Dolores. That will help you. So she did.
She wrote the book As I Am, you wrote with her.
We spent 5 years doing 1,200 pages. And then my great friend Dick Denute came in and he wrote As I Am with me, and that was the final book.
The autobiography of
yes.
Patricia Neal. Now, the interesting thing about Patricia Neal, a lot of people don't realize, Maria Cooper brought her to you. Maria Cooper was the daughter of Gary Cooper, with whom Patricia Neal had had an affair in 1948, and as a result of that affair, she was pregnant and aborted that child, and it was one of the deep regrets of her life. It is astounding how the daughter of Gary Cooper is the instrument that brings her not only to the Abbey, but is an instrument in her eventual conversion to the faith. Tell us how that happened.
Well, I think that it happened because of the grace of God in Maria. Because Maria knew that forgiveness demands an action. And I think that is one of the deepest realities of Christian love. You can say, oh, I forgive you. But when you do, you have to do something about it.
I want to go to the phones. Kathy from Colorado, you're on the World Over Live. Very quickly, what's your question for Mother Dolores?
Yes, thank you, Raymond and Mother. I was recently going through some of my old albums, and I stumbled across an Elvis album. And as I was looking at the different songs, I saw Miracle of the Rosary, and I thought, gosh, what is that? And I played it, and it's Elvis singing the Hail Mary, and I was delighted to hear that. And I was just wondering if Mother could tell us if he had any strong connections to Catholicism. Maybe she would know that.
I doubt that very much. I think Elvis was a Southern boy, and I think his devotion was to that. I don't know what the Southern Baptist faith, but I don't think that cut him out from whatever music of any faith that spoke of truth.
Yeah, beauty and truth. There's a great little home video that has surfaced of you and Elvis, you playing the clarinet and Elvis at the piano at your friend Jan's party or something?
Jan gave a birthday party for her friend Valerie, I think, and that was on Hazeltine Avenue, yes.
Yeah, there it is. People can see it now. Playing along there.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's fantastic. But now tell me, there's a connection here because we were just talking about beauty and art. Your Abbey has a connection to the arts in the local community. Tell us what happens there. This is very interesting, I've discovered.
Well, because of Patricia. Patricia did some poetry reading after she got out of on her pits and was able to begin working.
But she lived with you all for a good long time, for like a year. In her autobiography, it says, I traded my street clothes for the black dress of a postulant, scrubbed off my makeup, I removed the rings from my fingers, covered my hair with a black scarf, I looked at the bare walls of my cell. I did not live the exact life of a postulant, but I did my best.
She did, and she dusted the grill magnificently. None of us had been able really to. Anyway, the point is that she was great, and she did stay for inside the monastery for, I would say, a few months.
And she did some readings for you in a theater setting? Is it a theater?
No, you see, she did the reading on the hillside. And during the reading, a terrible thunderstorm came, and it just knocked everybody to pieces. The tent was ripped, and at the end of it, she said, I'm never going to do this again here, darling. I said, well, what are we going to do about this, Patricia? He said, well, I think you should have an outdoor theater here. I said, well, can you help us? And she said, well, I will sign my book, and I will do that every year at your fair, and we'll get some money up. So we built an outdoor theater, and we've been having the theater there every year since 1976. But this put the cream on the cake, because we now have every summer we do outdoor theater with all the different shows from Broadway. We've done West Side Story, and this year we did Guys and Dolls.
Wow. So it's fun, and it's connected to the Abbey. Is it on the Abbey property?
Yes, of course.
How beautiful. How beautiful. And you, the other thing we should say is I didn't realize this until working on the research for our interview. Patricia Neal is buried at the Abbey as well.
She asked to be buried there, and I told her, you can't do that, Patricia, unless you become a Catholic. And she said, well, I'll worry about that, and I'll work on that. This was about 20 years ago. Well, she became a Catholic 4 months ago.
Isn't that something?
And died
just in time. Let's go to the calls. There's a caller on the line. You're on the World Over Live, Richard. What is your question?
Hello, Mother. Richard, Summit, New Jersey. Your inspiration of Claire had a great deal in inspiring me to profess. I'm a third order, but I took a Franciscan name. We had communicated. I got a nice letter, 2 letters from you some years back, but I want to say I admire you in your focusing on your calling in a world that has so many distractions. We love you, and you're a heroine in our part. And thank you so much, Mother. God bless you.
Well, that's very kind of you, because I know that the Holy Spirit does give us strength for anything that we need to do. So I do appreciate that.
Now, in recent years, we only have a minute. You've been struggling with this neuropathy, which is a very painful disease. I know you've testified on Capitol Hill about it. How are you doing now?
I am doing very well, and I count on the Neuropathy Association. They're having a summit meeting here in Washington in December, and they keep moving and keep doing more things to help this disease that is conquering so many more people than anyone would ever believe, because it's a nerve disorder, which is like putting your finger into the light socket and taking over your body if you don't have the right treatment.
Well, you seem to be doing wonderfully well.
Norman Latoff, my doctor, is, for me, I pray to him. I pray for him.
Or sometimes I pray to my doctor.
Yeah.
I'll take anything.
Yes.
Mother Dolores, it has been such a joy seeing you and having you on the program. I hope you'll come back.
I certainly will.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
God love you. Thank you for coming on. To find out more